Whew. Pollen is in full effect today, folks. It's not pretty, not pretty. I'm so excited, everybody. I'm doing my episode 10 review today. Hey everybody, want me to do my review of episode 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 6 entitled Drag My Wedding. And I'm really sorry if the lighting is really horrible. The sun is setting, which is oh so romantical, but it sucks for filming. And maybe one day I'll actually get like, you know, a proper setup. But until then, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Alright? So like I said, I'm here doing my review of RuPaul's Drag Race episode 10, Drag My Wedding. I am intoxicated with the feelings of accomplishment that comes with getting these reviews out on time. So I decided it was such a good feeling last week that I'm gonna do it for 2 weeks in a row. Like, oh my god, 2 weeks in a row of on-time reviews. I'm like, saddle up the horses, boys. This is gonna be a wild ride. I'm like drunk with power. I'm drunk in love. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, that's the last time I take shots during my lunch break. So we're down to our sensational 6. Well, mostly sensational. There are a couple of rocks amongst our diamonds here. But as usual, we get our queens winding down from yet another grueling elimination. I just keep staring at Goddess Del Rio's fierce face paint. And the way those painted on brows are pointing downwards, like in a permanent, hateful, scowling position. And I wouldn't want to push her buttons, but what would this show be without tacky queens striking while the iron is hot? And our newest button pusher this week is caught in the act. Of course she would be. Now that the more outlandish queens are gone, she can spread her wings, no pun intended, and show us the inner bitchery that we know that she has in her. And coming for Bianca is a no-no, even if it's just in jest, or part of her Australian sense of humor that she keeps reminding us Americans that we're too dense to understand. We understand plenty, Miss Act. If it smells like shit, it talks like shit, acts like shit, and parades around naked like shit, then it's shit. Bianca calls her out in the confessional about her moments of being unlikable and for her lack of versatility on the runway presentations, like relying on her near nakedness and nothing more. Even her more avant-garde looks were like still almost naked, which is why I get angry all the time when these people blast Bianca's look saying they're all one note. And here's an illustration. Besides being gowns that hit the floor because she's a classy lady of a different era, her looks have been very diverse and 100% polished. Different patterns, interesting headpieces, a wide array of hair, high levels of versatility in makeup. She's the real motherfucking deal. Sorry people can't stomach the fact that the gowns she tailors herself are also flawless, that it looks boring to the haters. It's like, sorry, she can't strut down in a bra or bikini top that she purchased because she can't sew. She can sew and she knows what makes her body look fabulous. So haters, eat it up, eat it. So anywho, back to this episode. Rat testicles. Ew. All I gotta say about that. Let's talk mini challenge though. I was actually entertained by this one. I mean, it could have been the nude bodysuits or the half-assed drag, or the fact they were twerking, doing the worm, the tootsie roll, the twist, the cat daddy, etc., with like paint splashed all over their bodies to create twerks of art for Ru. With the Ru song playing in the background, of course, which I actually kind of enjoyed. I might have to download that. The highlights for me is Bianca's nerdy, grinning face, like he's on his stomach rolling around the canvas. Adora just doing hip-hop body movements, realness, and Darian. Oh, Darian, that's a lot of man, woman. Enough said. The queens describing their art was funny. Bianca gave us classic art school. I'm going to make this sound way deeper and more transcendent and philosophical than it is, because I don't want you to know that it's really a bunch of blobs of color and I just need money. And it works. Bianca wins a mini challenge. I think it's her first mini challenge win, if I'm not mistaken. I personally thought Joslyn's photo was the most commercial, but she definitely did not sell it to Ru with her explanation. Our main challenge this week is the Bridal Makeover Challenge, and newly ordained minister RuPaul is going to marry off 6 couples this week. So, bringing in the brides, Ru then asks our challenge winner, Bianca, to match the brides with the queens. Here's why I love Bianca. We already know she's polished, we know she's multi-talented, we know she's well-rounded, etc., etc., etc. We also know she won't sabotage anyone else because she doesn't have to. She wins outright. So when she pairs the brides with the remaining queens, she actually thinks thoughtfully, pairing queens with brides they can actually work with. Bianca wants to win because she's the best, not by screwing over other queens. It's kind of refreshing to me. She gives the accessories loving lady to Joslyn, and she gives the blonde girl to Courtney, etc., etc. She gives them what they can work with. She just had no idea that shady ass Ru was gonna make it even more twisted by bringing in the husbands. Because yes, our queens are making over the husbands of the brides. Gender fuck weddings are in season, y'all. These husbands have to show a strong family resemblance. And I saw the guys and was thinking, oh, sugar biscuits. So my prayers were finally answered this week with a longer segment dedicated to the fuckery known as the workroom situation, where the queens have like negative time to consult with their clients, design their wedding gowns, figure out makeup and final touches. It's like all this awesome backstage shenanigans that have grown to crave like a meth addiction. Last week I was mad the workroom segment wasn't as long, so this week I just lived for it. What were my initial thoughts about the grooms though? Well, the groom's soon-to-be drag daughter brides, for the most part, they were all cool and into it, except for the Spud Webb short-ass professional basketball player or bench warmer, or, I don't know, he might be in the Turkmenistan professional basketball league. I don't know. Like, who is this guy? And I'm sorry, but y'all have to agree with me, y'all. Were you getting some DL vibes from our buddy Sir Shrimpy here? Do we need to check every glory hole in Atlanta to make sure he's not accidentally there? Like, who is he trying to kid? The other grooms were much cooler. Bianca's groom was from the land of tolerance. I think he said Holland. So he and Bianca are getting along famously, and Bianca's like, me, making friends? I was like, you go, girl. Courtney is working with a guy that could be like an MMA fighter. He's huge and manly, which is right up Courtney's alley. She shows off those man shoulders and prominent Adam's apple every week, so this family resemblance thing will be a cinch for her. It's like, yup, I'm reading her. That'll learn her to come for Bianca and say she has boat necklines. I said, good day, sir. I like Darian's couple. They're like the fuck society and their norms type of couple, and they want a goth wedding. It's like there's like no Billy Idol white wedding for these two, and the guy is the one that wanted to be on the show, so cool points there. Yes, I love planes. Awesome. I'm trying to record. This is awesome. It's cool. Trying to record a video here. It's like, come on, guys. And Darian was like not even that annoying this episode, which was surprising. And her read about Courtney wearing designer, custom prepared clothing she purchased that's like barely there in the amount of fabric, trying to figure out how to cover someone as massive as her groom partner was like freaking funny as hell. Hell, even Dela read Courtney saying she only wears chapstick and mascara, so how's she gonna transform this tall glass of water? So also cue the Adore freaking out about not knowing how to sew part 5 and being double fucked when they discuss wanting Vera Wang. I think Adore can give them like Wang Chung maybe, but not Vera Wang. It's like sigh, SMH, blink, blink. It's like see you in the bottom too, girl. You're still my favorite with Bianca, so don't sweat it, my lovable Adore. At least mommy Bianca is trying to help. But damn, what's up with the venom from Courtney Act yet again? First Joslyn, now Adore. I mean, I'm glad we're seeing who Courtney really is, because I thought she was just a sweet, awesome YouTube personality. Glad the wool's lifted off from my eyes here. And it's like, don't blame the editing either. On a side note, we had a Courtney read about Dita Ritz last episode. Now we're reading Courtney's Honey Mahogany Parachute Kaftan thing that Courtney will try to call a dress. I almost died when Adore's drag daughter called that wig a thrift store wig. I was like, even the straight man is reading you. Maybe gay is contagious after all. So when I was reading Reddit comments as the show was airing, they made a big point that Brandon, the pro basketball player, kept saying how life's gonna be hell in the locker room, or the Turkish bathroom, you silly DL boy. And he doesn't know how his teammates are gonna react, and blah, 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 pre-Jason Collins, blah, blah, blah. They made it sound like he was just bringing this shit up, being whiny and paranoid. But when I watch it, I see, no, he's not bringing it up at all that much. Ru asks how the teammates are going to react, and he answers honestly. And then Joslyn asks later, and he answers honestly again. Okay, so he's freaked out as it is already. Why we got to keep reminding him about how crappy his life's going to be after this show airs on TV? I mean, reassure Mr. DL here at least. It's like, let him know that if being on TV and drag to marry the woman or beard that he loves is the worst they can make fun of, then just remind them that he'll be actually like recognizable after this episode, while the rest of them will remain obscure and irrelevant. So like, suck it. And then, oh my god, 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 oh my god. When Bianca references one of my all-time favorite movies, Gremlins Part 2, the campier, funnier one.
It's like that one girl gremlin. Remember that one girl gremlin in the movie? Don't throw water on that gremlin.
And compare Joslyn's bride in drag to the female gremlin. I think her name is Greta. Oh my God, I lost it. Oh my God, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It took me 10 minutes to recover. Then I had to pause the show, collect myself, rewind the episode so I could gather more notes, and then I lost it a second time. So I had to rinse and repeat, lost it a third time. So finally I was like, fuck it. I paused the episode, I Googled images of Greta the Gremlin, and laughed hysterically some more. And here you go. Here's the pictures. In the words of Detox, you're all fucking welcome. I finally composed myself enough, but this was like the absolute best read in Drag Race history. Okay, so back to business. Let's talk about the main runway. How cute are Neil Patrick Harris and David Burtka? Is that his name? Burtka? That's one foxy couple right there. And I'm so man-crushing on Doogie Howser right now. He's so freaking talented. I love everything he does, from How I Met Your Mother or his hosting duties on the Tony Awards. He's just everything. And then this magazine spread came out. Here you go. I had to say Hail Marys because dirty thoughts were coming to mind. And I mean, oh no, I don't. He means nothing to me, Dylan O'Brien, I swear. Dylan O'Brien for life. Love ya. Can't wait for the Maze Runner movie and more Teen Wolf. He means nothing to me. Love you, Dylan O'Brien. Love ya. It wasn't a long runway presentation because Ru had to get to like the ceremony, so I won't spend too much time on it. So as I recall, like, Bianca nailed it with the Gremlins thing when it comes to Joslyn's bride looking like the female Gremlin. Joslyn looked like, to me, like Jinx Monsoon when Jinx wore that flapper outfit. It looked similar. It wasn't identical, but it had the same feel to me. And I think that was like the one week Michelle actually liked one of Jinx's runway looks, if like come to think of it. And then Courtney looked okay. She doesn't look wedding anything to me. Her bride's dress left a lot to be desired. Although the wife-to-be did have such a cute reaction though. It was really cute. I think most of the wives have cute reactions to their husbands in drag. Bianca's bride was amazing. It looked the most wedding dress-like to me. It was tailored flawlessly, and the yellow detailing was beautiful. Bianca looked mother of the bride realness. It was amazing. Bianca and Courtney's daughters definitely had the best paint jobs. I'll give Courtney that at least. Darian's daughter looked like pissed off at first, and then I realized it was like a little act for their bouquet gag. I'm still unsure how I feel about that black dress though. And Adora's drag bride came out and I was like, WTF. I mean, he looked like he could have been related to Adore, but I was not feeling the leather jacket and that wonky face he was making. It looked like they were trying to hide something underneath the jacket. I would have liked Dayla's like outfit more because the dress was pretty and Dayla looked great in pink, but then she started doing that cheesy walk and that overacting crying thing, and it just turned me off like right there. Okay, so then we got to the vows. Fast forward through that, please. It was like too much. It was like, ew, the feels, and ew, the rehearsed RuPaul drag race lines from Darian's couple. They like made vows out of drag race signature quotes. Yes, that's heartwarming. Not. I was like, come on, who makes vows out of drag race quotes? At least the party was saved by Brandon throwing up like Willem. I loved the judges' critiques this week. And no, not because they read Courtney to filth for parading around and stealing her drag daughter's like shine, and for trying to insult Louisiana Bayou weddings by saying that was their look. I liked it because they were harsh, but correctly harsh. Mostly. I was loving the zingers Bianca was throwing back at Santino. Bitch thinks fast. I don't know what they were thinking about Adore. I think Adore's daughter looked like she could be related to Adore, and I felt bad they were calling her a disaster. And I agree with Neil Patrick Harris about Darian. I was not feeling it, girl. The judges were totally kikiing it up, and it was funny, Ru mixing it up with Neil Patrick Harris and David and Michelle. So Bianca wins this main challenge, and she's our first queen to 3 challenge wins. Go Bianca, and she wins a trip to Hawaii. Her confessional was everything, and I'll be presenting a gif of that. And she won the mini challenge and the main challenge, so I think it's one of those rare episodes where the queen wins both in one episode. It doesn't happen often. So for the second week running, Adore is in our bottom 2, this time with Joslyn Fox, and okay, this was not a good lip sync for your life. The song was Aretha Franklin's Think, which is an amazing song, but it did not suit these 2 queens at all. They attacked the song. But I mean, they like literally attacked this song. It was a lot of aggressive flailing, all over the place movements. I was like begging for a Latrice moment, hell, even Dita moment, but didn't get it. I kind of wish Trinity was here so she could have slayed that song. It was just uncomfortable to watch. But kudos to the guests trying to play along like it was entertaining. So in the end, Adora gets through again and Joslyn is sent packing. She made it a lot farther than we all thought, so big props to her. She completely won me over and she will have a good future, I think. So before we talked about Untucked, how about we talk about that damn sneak peek of next week's episode and that damn puppet mini challenge? I think Dela missed her calling in life as a puppeteer for Avenue Q on Broadway because her Bianca puppet impersonation was so effing hilarious. I mean, the press-on nails as teeth, it was like too much. It was like way too much. You go to your Logo TV app on iOS devices and now on Android devices and check it out. Like, watch it. Like, right now. I'll wait. Ooh, too bad, too slow. You're gonna have to watch it later now because I'm ready to go back on and continue. So now time for Untucked, the bridal edition. Make some room on the couches. We got company over in the Interior Illusions Lounge, y'all. All of them married couples are back there watching the proceedings and reacting. So we open with our drag mothers and daughters going to the Silver Lounge to unwind, and our hurler of the moment, Brandon, has rejoined the party. It seems Brandon has had like an epiphany and is a little more understanding about his experience, and it was nice to see him sticking up for Joslyn and being pissed off that they were judging her harshly. I think, however, the real star of the room was Darian's drag daughter. That man drag daughter who has adopted all of Mama Lake's shady attributes, and I think he watches this show religiously because he sounded like a regular judge. He was reading Adore's lack of sewing ability and the fact that Adore seems to be like, I don't need to learn this shit. I slay rap challenges and singing challenges. And Darian's drag daughter points out the next drag superstar needs to be like more well-rounded. It gets an approving eye roll from Bianca, which is rare. And then Darian Jr. clocks the lack of taste level of Courtney Act's contribution. I was like living for it. I was like, sign this guy up for a judge. It's like, bye, Santino. Now we get our girls alone in the gold bar, and Adore is the recipient of this week's Pink Box surprise. And it's Adore's mom. And it was nice. She was tender, but sassy at the same time. We can see where Adore gets that big personality from. It's one of the few like Pink Box moments I really enjoyed. And Bianca liked Adore's mom so much, like she wants to hang out, and I'm like jealous. I want to hang out with Bianca too. Adore gets like super emotional because she's been in the bottom twice in a row and she's not been the most consistent performer this season, and she feels like shit, and she worries that they're going to start looking at her like, what is she still doing here? Bianca is there yet again to break it down like the mother hen that she is, but you can see how much more nurturing Bianca is when it comes to Adore. She wants her to succeed. And overall, it was a really good middle segment, I think. So there's a short segment where the straight men have like their time alone and discuss their experiences and how it's changed them. And it's nice to see allies like these to our community. Like if more people were like open-minded like them, you would just imagine people would be just more open and not so repressed and bottled up. More people would not be afraid to pursue like off-the-wall dreams and aspirations because they wouldn't fear like judgment from anybody. And we can only like sigh and reflect on what could be. And if Brandon talks about that damn locker room one more time, oh, but he was like getting pissed back there, y'all. Y'all saw that? Like, I thought he was gonna like get back on that stage and like flash forward a few years when he inevitably like comes out of the closet to be at least bi and start tearing into them judges all sassy like. Boy is sassy. I love him already. I think I'm now a big Brandon basketball player fan. And finally, how about the damn read Bianca gives to Darian? Bianca's like going to Hawaii and she's like, that beats Florida. When she said that to Darian, I was like, oh, she knocked that shady elephant down a few hundred pegs, hunty. I was like, oh my God, living for that. Bianca, ugh, God, I just want to, you're so cute, I just want to pinch you. So anywho, that was my really quick review, in terms of me, because you know how long-winded I am, review of episode 10, the Drag My Wedding Makeover Challenge of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6. So what did y'all think of the episode? Do y'all think the right contestant won? I personally do. She deserved both the mini and the main challenge win. So, you know, but what are your thoughts? Like, now that we're down to our top 5, who do you think is going to be our top 4 and then ultimately our top 3? I'm hoping it's a combination of Bianca and Adore, and I don't care who else is there, but at least if those two are there, I'll be good. So next week's episode 11, is the Glitter Ball Challenge. Normally it's usually with only 4 people, but now it's with 5. But so a few of the looks have already leaked, but I won't share them in this video because I need to share them in next videos for next week. But a few of the looks already leaked, and strangely, Bianca's getting a lot of, not hate critiques, but a lot of you know, oh, what is she wearing? It's, you know, looks like loofahs. That blue is not good on her. Oh, it's another floor-length gown. I'm like, just enjoy the fucking sewing masterpiece that she's gonna give to us. And there's also 2 other looks that we aren't seeing yet, so don't count Bianca out yet. And then guessing from the other looks, there's a couple of queens that I would be more worried for than for Bianca. But if this will be Bianca's week to lip sync, they ain't gonna send her ass home. She been on top and winning this whole season. So if they send her home after 1 challenge, if she's in the bottom 2, which no, then I'll be fucking done. Just way fucking done with this show. Bianca's in the finale. She needs to be. She earned it. Just book her ticket there. But okay, so that was my review. Again, thanks so much for watching and subscribing and for commenting. You guys mean a lot to me. I love doing these reviews for y'all. I'm going to keep saying it every episode because I really mean it. And, I mean, God, we only have a few more episodes left. So, it's exciting. I'll see y'all next week. Bye. Gagging over Greta. Oh my God, so perfect.